Normally on Fridays, we do Classic Tabletop RPG Fridays, when we take a deep dive into a classic tabletop RPG, an RPG that's 20 years old or older. We do a full series on it. It takes months, and right now we are doing the Classic Dark Conspiracy. However, we haven't been doing anything on our Classic Tabletop RPG series because we've had some special things going on Fridays in the last couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago, it was the weekend before the official birthday, sort of. It is the birthday for when I took YouTube seriously. So every year I do a special video, just kind of recapping what I learned in the last year of being a content creator here on YouTube. But then the week after, which was last week, Alien Romulus came out in the theaters, and y'all, it was Alien Day. Yeah, I called it back then, Alien Day. And so we covered all the movies and we covered all things Alien and the Alien RPG. And by the way, there's a sale going on right now, Drive-Thru RPG, 50% off digital copies, except for like one. 50% off of digital copies of Alien RPG things related. So hey man, if you've been looking to get into this, now is the time, because really don't know when that is going to happen again. So we are going to once again preempt our regularly scheduled programming, though we are going to take a step forward in that direction, because we are going to do a classic tabletop RPG unboxing right there. Now, I got a real short story I'm going to tell you about how I got that, but we're going to open this up and we're going to take a look on the inside, because it's just one thing. So we're going to take a look on the inside. Now, I know what's in here, but I've never seen this game. Like, I've never had it in my hands or whatever. I've only seen it in a picture of the person who sent me this. And I'll tell you that in the story, really short story about how I got this. And then after that, as always, we got the question of the vid. So make sure you stay until the end of the video. That'll do it. So let's start off with our classic tabletop RPG unboxing right now. Now, the way that I got this was from one of my Leets. It's part of the Leet Squad and also part of the chat server. We were going back and forth, and he was telling me about this game, and I was like, I didn't even know that they came out with another version of the game. He said, yeah. Then he sent me a picture, and I was like, really? That's cool. And he was gracious enough to let me look at this, because he's not giving it to me, but he was gracious enough to let me look at this. So we're going to take a look at this. And thank you, Sudsy, for the love, bruh. Thank you. But let's start with opening this up. And I'm just going to keep it like this, because I most definitely ain't going to show you the front, because crazy people out there, y'all know what's up. So I got my handy dandy trusty dusty utility knife. I'm going to open this up like that, like so. And he was concerned on whether or not he had taped it up enough, and it survived. So it survived, and it survived intact. And I'm going to take this open here. All right. He wrapped it up pretty good. Yeah, he wrapped it up pretty good. All right. We got it right here. Let's see what we got here. Uh-oh. Oh, shookin'. All right. Oh, this is 2 books. I thought it was 1. Oh, this is 2 books. Get out. All right. Well, let me go ahead and show you what we got here. So the first one is the classic DC Universe role-playing game. Now, everybody who comes to the channel, if this is your first time, everybody knows superheroes is that's my bag. That I can play. If I had to just choose one genre that I could play in a tabletop RPG for the rest of my life, I wouldn't even think twice. Superheroes. superheroes. So this is a classic right here. Check that out. Still in good condition too. Wow. And then he sent me another one called The Directive on Superpowers Declassified. I didn't know he was sending this one. So this is a pleasant surprise. All right. Now, you guys are aware that behind me, as you can see up behind me up here, there is the box set of DC Heroes. Now, there's first and second edition that's in that. It's a real box, by the way. And I'm not going to show that to you, but this is supposed to have come after those two editions. I didn't know they had one. Serious. And this one is from West End Games. And that is not from West End Games. The one that's up here, that is from Mayfair Games. So I'm curious. This is not third edition. This is just a different edition altogether. So this is going to be interesting because I have no idea. I didn't even know it existed. So let's take a look on the inside to see what it looks like. So what he's done, he's actually put like a film on the outside of it so to protect it. So that is kind of cool. So it's kind of slippery, kind of like, sort of. It's kind of like, it reminds me of what, the backing boards and the plastic bags that you put your comic books in. So that's what he's covered it up so, it can look sweet. So that's good. But here's another thing. The inside is made of newsprint, which is what comic books were back in the day. The outside would have kind of like the glossy cover and everything, but the inside, it was newsprint stock. And this is the same thing here, which is, I think, rather interesting. And I have first and second edition of the games right here, right? I have this. Couple things that right away, as I open this up, is this is in color and first and second edition are not. So they spent a little bit of money to make this in full color. So I'm impressed with that. You open up the table of contents here as I'm looking at it. So the red part, it looks like that's for players. And then the green part is for, I guess they call him the narrator, for the GM. And so they start off with an intro, and the intro has Robin as kind of the example hero from the DC universe. And then they move on to an example, and they move through step by step. That is very cool. I haven't read it, but just the concept is very cool. So it gets you into a mindset, especially if you don't know anything about tabletop RPGs. You can go, okay, this is how something like this would go. Then on chapter 1, it moves into hero creation right off the rip. A lot of these modern games, they take way too long to get to the hero creation or the character creation. I remember I was doing this one game, and I think the amount of pages in the book was like 200 and something pages. And it was page 80 something, mid 80s before it got to hero creation. I was like, come on, son. What are you doing here? Get to the hero creation as soon as possible. Short introduction like they did, example or whatever, and then get to that hero creation because that's what we want. So kudos on that. It shows you how to create a hero here with the steps that you go through for your attributes and things like that. Then it takes you to the specifics of the two main things of your hero, which will be skills. So it has a separate one. Oh, that is a dope looking Batgirl and Nightwing. That's dope. Huh. But it takes you through the skills and the different types that you can have and how they work. And then it moves on to chapter 3. And chapter 3 is the one that everybody wants to get into because, it's about some powers. They got to have a little something going on in here. So these are the powers that you can have and the different details about each power. And you can improve powers. It's pretty hard to do. Normally you don't improve powers in a true superhero setting. Powers don't improve. You just improve at using them. So it's kind of like Classic Traveler in a sense. But apparently you have a way of your powers being improved. And maybe that's the way that you improve them. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just looking through this. We're going to keep going. Now we got some equipment. It looks like here. That would be for people like Batman, Green Arrow, Nightwing, all these cats. And you have a bunch of different equipment and cars too. Nice job. All right. Next, you go to the basic rules. How do things work? The simple things on how things work. Combat, how you do things, all of that. And this doesn't look so long. It's not long at all. It's a very short chapter. Very short chapter. I'm impressed on that. All right. Chapter 6, they take you to a brief tour of the DC universe and some of the major landmarks it looks like here. So you got the cities like Bloodhaven and Gateway City and Gotham, and Metropolis is going to be in here someplace. Yeah, Metropolis, Keystone, all these places. Now, if you're not familiar with DC, then it takes you through that real quick, like Belle Rev and all the rest of that stuff. And that's a location. Gives you a couple of examples of heroes, it looks like, that you can create. So we've got Acrobat, okay, Cutlass, like not Cutlass, but Cutlass, okay. Anyway, you got Catalyst, Morningstar, Discus, Meniscus. I don't know, I just felt like saying that. All right, and then that's the end of the player's part. It appears, and it goes into the narrator's guide. And the first thing it does, it goes into a history of the DC universe, which it would be nice you to know, at least for the landmarks and places of interest. It's a DC universe game, so knowing this stuff matters. All right. Now, this is before things like 52 and all the rest of that stuff. So it's before all of that. And then it goes into some legendary heroes here. It looks like it has some Batman. Of course it has Batman. Duh. It looks like it's got most of the people from the Justice League here. So Aquaman, Batman, Flash, Captain Marvel. Who is this cat? Oh, that's Green Arrow. I know that, but who is this cat? That's Green Lantern? Man, he looks weird. Oh, that's that other dude. I really don't like that Green Lantern. Power Ranger. Yeah, he just never did it for me. Just really didn't. But anyway, I got some of the other ones like Martian Manhunter and all the rest of that. And then you got the biggies like Superman and Wonder Woman and all the rest of that. But then you got the villains. You got Black Adams, your Bane, your Cheetah, your Catwoman, your Joker, your Darkseid, your Cersei. These are kind of staples in the DC universe. Then after that, it gets into a little bit more detail on the landmarks and different locations and things in the DC universe. And then it gives you some tips on being a GM if it's your first time. And like I say, I always read those just because they might have some tips and trips and things like that that may help you out. And I'm always, you always got to be willing to learn as a GM. And this is as a player, just as an RPG Elite. RPG Elite quality number 10, y'all. All right. And, okay. And then it's got some other extra things that you should know as a narrator. And it looks like it's got a adventure for your heroes at the very back. The Bride of Metallo? The Bride of Metallo. Is that what it's called? Yeah. So that's what's inside the main book. The directive on superpowers declassify. I'm not real sure what this is. I don't know what this is. This looks like this is something that is an expansion on how to create your hero, linked powers. I don't know if they are taking stuff from the old version or not. I'd have to look at this. But this one is in black and white, as you can see. It's glossy on the outside, but black and white on the inside. And normal, so it's not newsprint, but just normal stock on the paper. And it looks like an expanded powers list and all the rest of that. Interesting. I'll have to take a look at this. That's what it looks like. there's that right there, folks. You got them both. I have these both, the DC Universe role-playing game and the Directive on Superpowers, which goes with it. Thanks again, Sudsy. I appreciate it. My Leet's taking care of me. Nah, man. All right, well, that's going to do it, y'all. DC Universe role-playing game. Like I said, I didn't even know this existed. And so I'm going to be taking a look at this a little bit deeper because we just did a really quick overview. And so it wasn't nothing detailed or anything like that. I don't even know where you can get this game, man. This is a rarity right here. I'm kind of wondering a lot of things about this. Now, am I going to do something with this on the channel? I probably will, but it'll be something very short. And it's going to be something longer behind the scenes and to my members or things like that. So I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can rummage up and put together. I don't know when I'm going to do it because I'm 4 months out. My 4-month lead time, and I'm still making the schedule for January of 2025, y'all. I still got people to put on there. So I don't know. It might be a good minute before we see anything on this. I'm just saying, hey, if you got anything out of this video today, anything at all, just a little bit of something, then if you can do me a favor and just crush that like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you want to stick around, I'll come out with videos every Tuesday and Friday, God willing. Now, we're going to get to the question of the vid here. I could make this simple. I could make this simple and be like, yo, what's your favorite DC hero, right? And you guys can go all over the place with that because there's so many up there. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to ask that question. The question I'm going to ask is going to be a little bit more difficult. And it's going to be like nil for some of you guys. But do you remember your first DC comic? What's your earliest memory of a DC comic that you have seen or read? Ho, 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 ho. Man, I have to think about that myself. That's gonna get my brain working. Shoot, I'd have to think, what was the first one for DC? You know, I don't even really remember, man. I don't remember, but I want to say Batman. It was a Batman comic. I don't even think it was a single Batman comic. I think it was a crossover with somebody, or it might even been Justice League or something like that. It's hard for me to remember, but yeah, I got a lot of them now. I got a whole bunch of them now. But what's your earliest memory of a DC comic? Let me know down in the comment. Let's get some engagement going. I know I probably got you going. I have no idea. So take a shot at it at all. Get some engagement going. All right, y'all. This is it. That's it for me. That means I got to slide on out. Got to do my go post.
So exit. Station F.
Hey, you got a game this weekend. Happy gaming, y'all. I pray it is an RPG Elite session. Until next time, God willing, y'all. It's your boy. It's me. Serving in the hizzy, or not in the hizzy anymore. I'm sliding out saying peace. 5,000 leets. Yeah. I'm down.